Okay, so 1.4 study of cognition. Cognition is nothing but this. During 1950s and 60s, the psychology focuses on more on cognitive. The psychologists are interested in studies the process like they are interested to study the mental processes like what is the uh, thinking process of the person, the what is the perception, what is the memory. So they started studying about that. So that's why they are saying it's from 1950 to 60s the study of psychology shifted from behavior to cognitive process is nothing but if I want to understand what kind of thinking process is going in your mind, how you are taking decision, right here. So now 1.5 we will try and understand about the psychology in India. Okay, psychology in India. Okay, psychology in India. Let's try and learn that. Okay. Okay. Psychology in India. We will learn and we will understand that what is exactly the psychology in India are. Okay. So let's start. Uh, so you can see here from 1916 1925 there are some dates are given and from year to year the establishment are happen. So first psychology department was developed. So these are the establishment which are developed. Okay, 1.5.1 psychology. Many ancient Indian thinkers tried to solve. Many ancient Indian thinkers tried to solve. So here it is saying that many ancient Indian thinkers tried to solve the mystery of human mind. Okay, so there are many ancient Indian thinkers tried to solve the mystery of human mind during the period of 200 before common era. Sorry, different. So here, if you see, there are many ancient thinkers are there. They tried to solve the mystery of a human mind, like why the human mind is different. They tried. So during the period of 2000 before Christ to 500 after Christ. So during this period, the philosopher studies the mind and human behavior from different perspective and try to explain the ideas like soul, mind, intuition, and so on. And all this was the part of philosophy. So here they are saying that during this period 2000 to 500, okay, between this period there were many thinkers and many philosophers came forward and they tried to understand the mystery of a mind and soul and intuition and so on. Okay, they try to understand like what the mind is, what the human mind is, why human mind is so different. Okay, so here again Upanishad. So Upanishad explain the self and personality structure with the help of concept like Kosh. So Upanishad explain the self and personality structure with the help of concept like Kosh. So Upanishad is a one kind of book like Vedanta Rig Veda. So it is a book which explains the self and personality structure. Okay, so which personality everyone know like different people have a different personality. So Upanishad explain that the concept of personality. So in the form of Kosh, so something similar to cover. So here if you see there are various personality like these are Anamaya Kosh, it's one type of personality. Pranamaya Kosh, another. Manomaya, Vidyana, Vidyana Anand Maya Kosh. So they also talked about the factors that affect this course, and they also talked about the factor also, like which factor the person are. Okay, like Vidyamaya Kosh and this coach determine the human behavior, and also how this coach determine the human behavior, how this personality determine the human behavior. Okay, so here in Upanishad, from the Upanishad points of Upanishad also describe the human behavior. Just think about it, how in the ancient time, our Indian people are, they were not a psychologist, but they know like which type of personality, this type of personality will definitely behave in this way. Okay, so according to the ayurveda ayurveda is a person, like you can say the ayurvedic three types of doshas, which are kapha, vata, pitta. So there are three types of doshas are there, and these doshas determine the characteristics of a human being. There are three types of, according to the ayurveda, like Upanishad, according to the Upanishad there are various types of kosh are there. So like that, according to the uh, according to the ayurveda, there are three types of dosha are there, doshas. So pitta, kapha, vata, and this type of doshas are nothing but it it says, it shows the characteristics of a human being. For example, individual who have a kapha, for example, individual who have a kapha, so he will be a dominant, calm, flexible. Okay, sorry, he will be a calm, flexible, patient, and caring. So the person, like for example, if you have a kapha type of dosha, so you will be calm, patient, and caring. In short, you will be silent, and they have strong memory, and it is said that they take longer to grasp a subject, but once they understand it, they are able to retain it for a long time. Okay, so any person who have a such type of dosh is kapha, so they are very silent and they have a strong mind, and they are very strong to understand the subject for a longer time. And individuals who have a vata type of dosh, so they are unpredictable, their moods and thoughts are fluctuation. I think so I have a vata, right? Just think like what you have, like they are unpredictable, they are they their thoughts are fluctuation, like sometimes you like this, sometimes you not like this, you are not accepting at the one point. They get angry very quickly, but they also calm down very fast. They get angry very quickly, and they will also calm down very fast. And they are the art lovers. Okay, individual who have a pitta dosha, they believe to be very sharp, and they are known as short tempered. So you can say that like these three types of doshas are explaining about the person behavior, right? If you have the pitta, so you will be very sharp and you will be very short tempered. Okay, so this type of three type of dosha, dosha which are which are set by earlier only. So which means that earlier also there were no psychologists, but the people who have think about it, they understand the personality of a human being, and this is more than that. Okay, uh, find out more attributes and try to find out which doshas to dominate your personality. As I said, my dosha is a Vata. Sorry, it's a Vata. So beside the doshas, there is another concept explain the human temperament. So beside doshas, there is another also like guna, like we have seen the Upanishad is saying, and then after that doshas, and apart from doshas, there is a guna there. Guna, namely the sattva, rajas, tama. Okay, sattva guna, raja guna, tama guna. Okay, so human body is made up of rajas, tamas, and sattva. So here they are saying that our human body is made up of three gun: sattva, raja, tama, gun. Okay, the influence of gun is seen in the person behavior. Okay, so the influence of the gun is seen The influence of gun is seen in the person behavior. Okay, so the influences of a gun is seen in the person behavior, right? So there are, actually we are talking about the gun, so which are the Indian psychology. It was that time the people were believing it, right? For example, the people who have tamasai quality are idle and sluggish. So the people who have tamasa gun, so they are very sluggish, so they do not work hard, they are very lazy, and they seem to be depressed. People who have rajasai people are aristocratic, like they are very, their their self-esteem is very strong, they think everything should be happen according to their own wish. So I think so rajasai people, I am, so whatever will be happen according to their own wish. And they are belligerent people. Who those who have sattva guna are calm and understanding, and they do their work carefully and promptly, and they are aware of reality, therefore they behave calmly. So you can see that rajasai people are very aristocratic people, they want to do their work according to their way. And the another side, the Sattva people are very calm people, because they know the reality of this world, so they are behaving in very calmly. Okay, they are behaving very calmly. Activity 9, uh, find out the different characteristics of rajas, tamas and sattva guna. Okay, find out which gunas are observe your personality. Rajasai guna is observing my personality, and or you can check it out. In the 5th century before Christ, okay, which means 500 before common era, 500 before the birth of Jesus, Patanjali explained the deep thought about the psychology in Yoga Sutra. Patanjali also said about the psychology in his term. So he was the yogi as a great scientific vision. Patanjali was a yogi as a great scientific vision, and the levels of he studied the levels of human consciousness and also proposed, okay, he studied the levels of human consciousness and also proposed ways to evolve spiritually. Okay, so he studies the level of human consciousness and also proposed way to evolve spiritually. His theory of Ashthan Yoga is useful today also. So his theory of Ashthan Yoga is also useful today also. Okay, so 8 aspects of Ashthan Yoga are there, like you can see in the flow of chart. It will start from here, it is ending here: yama, niyama, asana, pranamya. So he is saying that our body have a certain level of stage to understand our human personality body. Okay, it also help us to control our wish and desire. Okay, it also help us to understand our wishes and desire. Many Indian saints and philosophers have made many comments. So there were many Indians and many philosophers. Okay, many Indian and many philosophers have made many comments about mind and human behavior. So there were many philosophers and many people have came and they had talked about the mind and behavior. Like Jain Tirthankar, Sant Kabir, Samarth Ramdas, Swami Vivekananda, etc. highlighted the various aspects of human mind and behavior. It reflects their understanding of human nature. Clear? So like this, the Indian psychology are there. So 3 things are very common. We had seen that. The one is the guna, doshas, and Upanishad. And the last one is the Patanjali. Patanjali is saying that we have a different level of consciousness. Okay, in Yoga Sutra. Okay. Now there are various schools of psychology are there. Okay, goals of psychology. In psychology also, whenever the psychologists are studies, psychologists are keeping these goals in their mind to studying any kind of behavior or doing a research. So these goals becomes very important for them. Okay, so the first one is the why did you opt for psychology in 11th standard? The question is very common. Why did you opt for psychology in 11th standard? This is the question. Okay, the question is that why did you opt for psychology in 11th standard? Okay, why did you opt for psychology in 11th standard? Why? This is the question. And why did you select a psychology or other subject? Why should we study? So you need to answer these questions, right? Before that. And activity 1, look at the statement, analyze each one of them, and come up with the goals of psychology, role that psychology plays in real life. So we need to say that what is the role of psychology, and why psychology is important in our life. A group of psychologists observed 1,000 individuals and recorded their behavior and reaction. Okay, this is which kind of goal? They are observing it, right, and recording it. So after this we can able to answer properly more. So let's first understand, then we can answer it. So there are four main goals of psychology are there. Describe means what is the problem. Like if any psychologist want to study, so the first they will describe it, no? Like what is the problem, like digital media is the problem, right? And they will explain like why the people are addicted in digital media. I will predict, okay, this will happen, so that will happen. Control, and I will control according to the variables. I will change the variable and I will control that behavior where the person have. Okay, so describe what is happening. Okay, the primary goal, the primary goal of psychology is to identify and classify behavior and mental process. Okay, so the main goal of psychology is what? To identify the behavior and mental process as accurately as possible. The main goal of psychology is to understand the behavior what they are going to study accurately. So how do individual think, like, and what factors are responsible to stimulate their behavior, and how do individual react in a specific situation. And to answer this question, the researcher need to record a particular behavior in the socio-economic, culture, geographical space. For example, people have a differently formal and informal situation, and their reaction are studied in psychology. For this purpose, the researcher use various psychological tools, standardized laboratory analytical techniques to observe that. In short, in what is happening here that describe, so the psychological will identify the problem more more precisely. Yes, psychology will identify the problem more precisely. Okay. Psychologists will identify the problem more precisely. Okay. Okay, more precisely. And then explanation what is happening. Now, second major goal of psychology is the explanation. In that problem, what is actually happening? The major goal of psychology is to understand and the cause of observed response. Okay, so here there are so many things are written. I am explaining you directly. Explanation, like take example of we want to study about the student student behavior during the examination. So that is the what is happening and why it is happening because of the examination. I will explain in the I will do a research, then I will predict what will happen next. So if every time whenever the examination will come, so this thing will happen, like the student will worried. Okay, and then control how it can be changed. Like we will change, like we will make them student, like no need to worry. If you are very prepared for the examination before, and then you will not get worry. Okay, so I'm stopping here.